of our street.
Yeah.
We used to play under that lamp at night. And then he used to come round and light it. He used to pull this tap with that long pole, and it had a gas canister on it, and he lit the lamp with it. When he got to the bottom of the street, we used to go and put it out so to get a chest out, and he used to run after us to light his lamp again. I've got that there, a lamp lighter. And he used to knock people up. If you worked somewhere and you needed to be up early in the morning, if you paid him a penny or twopence, he used to bang on the window with stick, because he was going round early in the morning putting lamps out. He used to go round about 5 o'clock. They looked after people's dogs if they were going away, like you were going away. He'd look after your dog for you for a week. What can I go on about? This doesn't all sound right saying it like this, but that's all written, so that's about that's been at school. That's soldiers coming around schools giving us chocolate at Christmas. Yanks come round all schools giving us. If you say, I mean, you can skim through it. If you read me writing, 1940, very deep snow. Drifts were up to tops of walls. Milton couldn't get round. And then I've got there all the blokes that used to come round selling fish. There was fish fella come round selling fish, crumpet fella come round selling crumpets, coalmen, breadmen. There was peddlers come round selling brushes and things. Pan menders used to mend holes in pans. These are all sorts of different blokes that used to come down the street trying to make money for themselves, doing things. That's all about Yanks in Victoria School. If you want to take that, then you can. You need that's as far as how far have I got to. I've finished at war. I've got to end at war. First bonfire we had at end at war to celebrate end at war. So go on, what?
Right, well...
Let me get something that you really want.
Right, you can talk about your first job, or the jobs that you had.
Before leaving school, well, we left school at 15, it went up to 15. You left school at 14 till about 1944, and then they put it up to 15, and I was only looking at it to stay till I was 15. And my first job, I was going to serve my time as a joiner, and I got a job at ULX at Backbarrow, which is 7 miles from Wolverhampton, and it was 5 and 6pence for a weekly ticket, 5 shillings and 6pence. What's that in 25? About 27 pence for a weekly ticket in today's money. But I only got 10 shilling wages, so I only had 4 and 6pence left after I'd paid to go on bus. And in the first month I had to buy a hammer. In the next month I had to buy a ruler, and then I had to buy a saw. So I just didn't have any money because you had to save it to buy these tools what you needed. And so I got a bike, and I used the bike to work so I didn't have to spend the 5 shillings and 6pence on the bus fare. Anyway, I was there for about 2 years. You started off making boxes for Blue Mill, Dolly Blue Mills. You call it Whitewaters now.
Oh yeah.
They made Dolly Blue. What you, I know it sounds daft. It was little cubes of blue, and it was meant to put in your washing, because it made white things look whiter. If they're slightly blue, they look whiter. So you must used to put Dolly Blue into it. And that's what they made there. Anyway, I made boxes, and then I left there and started painting for a bloke at Greenad. Started serving time as a painter. What happened then? Oh, and then I left there and went to a seed shop in Ulverston, Macros seed shop in office. And then I got to 18-year-old. And then it was my national service, so you've got photos and things in them books, haven't you? And then after my national service I come back to Macros, I was 20, and then I started work as a gardener at Stonecross School. That was £9 a week, wages had gone up now, £9 a week. And I was there for about 4 years, gardening. And then I liked doing handicraft type things, joined and messing about, and I got a job as an odd job, sort of looking after shop premises for for the bloke who was selling tellies in the town, Ernie Dodd, Dalton Radio. And between putting tellies into people's houses and wallpaper in his offices and painting, just general maintenance. Then after, and then I went into Glaxo as a fireman, and I was also in the local fire brigade, the town fire brigade. And then it was Glaxo where I was in the fire brigade for my daily job, and the town brigade as a part-time fireman. And then I decided to start building, so I was building kitchens and bathrooms and whatnot round about. I did about 15 or 20 kitchens and bathrooms all up not up your end of the world, but up King Street and there. And then what did I do? Went to Norweb, electricity board, and I finished up at Norweb. That's where I finished at electric board as a jointer's mate. So, and then I retired early because I had a bad hip. I had to have my hip done, so that was the end of work. I was 60 when I retired. So after that, nothingness. So what about that lot? Is it out there? Can you put that lot together or not?
Yeah.
Can you remember it? Are you? Oh, it's going on there, is it? Oh, a little sound of jumble listening to myself, won't it?
Right. I've got down getting a house, so you can talk about how
Getting
much
a house. Oh well, I met your nana. We got married. That's when I was the gardener at Stonecross. And she was hairdressing in town. And then I packed up the gardening at Stonecross and became the caretaker, because the caretaker at Stonecross retired, so I became the caretaker. And then I left that to start work for this electrical shop man, Ernie Dodd, Dalton Radio. And we got married, and this chap, Ernie Dodd, he owned houses, and they had one come empty in Barnard Street. That's not where we first lived. When we first got married, we lived at Penny Bridge. We rented a flat, and then when I started for Dalton Radio, he let me have a house, so we lived in Barnard Street, and your nana was still hairdressing, working for somebody, but she decided she wanted to do it for herself, and this was a sweet shop, an empty sweet shop in Market Street in Dalton, was for sale. So we bought it and made it into this was a hairdressing salon. She called it Dalton Salon, and she had a couple of lasses who were serving at the time, apprentices. So she had this as shop, the rest of it was the house. Then your dad come along, and Andy. That's when I was building for myself, being a builder. Then I had a chance of this job on the electricity board, which had a pension. You got not lots of jobs had pensions then, so if you got a job that had a pension, it was better because you were going to get something when you retired. So I got this job on the electric board, and I stayed on the electric board till such time as I had it done, till I retired. What else? How else can I fill that up? What else can you ask me that you think's interesting? Ask me how you like about in between hands. I mean, I don't. You have some conflicting through this.
I've got down things that you did as entertainment or hobbies.
Oh well. I used to go shooting a lot, not people, animals, rabbits, etc. And rugby. What we did for entertainment, well, I can't say about it now. You just did miscellaneous things like we're going shooting, and nature type things was me outdoor life. But then when with the lads, your dad especially, we got caught up with junior rugby teams. So we're on different committees, Dalton Rugby and whatnot, because the two lads were playing rugby at school and at night playing for Dalton and whatnot. So weekends, well, every weekend we used to take, all parents used to take kids to play matches, different spots. Because you didn't use buses around, you all went in cars like to Millen or Ulverston or whatever. So that mainly, and gardening, messing about gardening. What else can I say about that? If you can think of something that I might be able to answer you.
Talk about your ferret and...
Ferret?
Yeah, the rabbit.
Oh well, first ferret, a little bit of a funny story. First ferret I got was called Elvis, because Elvis Presley was just coming out with rock and roll, and so I called my ferret Elvis. And did you see that there was a picture of that ferret going down? Oh, you saw that? Ah, that was Elvis. Because you could sell rabbits it was good to catch rabbits because you could sell rabbits for £0.50 each. People used to, like your mum in them days, she might have said to me, if you get a rabbit at weekend, we'll have one off you. Because instead of going to butchers, I mean, I'll say this now and you'll have to try and fit it in, but if you think on up till about 1950, there was no fridges, the freezers or hoovers, they didn't exist. Every day, the mother of the house, like your mum, my mum, in them days, if you wanted fish, you went uptown that morning to get fresh fish from fishmongers, because there was no fridges. You couldn't store things like you do now in fridges. You couldn't do a week's shopping and have it all in house. If you were going to have meat, you went up to butchers that morning and got your meat. There were, in among when I've said about going for fish, there are also used to be fishermen in Ulverston from the Canal Foot. From round here it would be from Ascombe. But blokes went out in boats and caught fish and then brought them round streets in handcarts to sell them. Like you might fancy flukes for tea, and if bloke was going past with flukes, you'd buy a couple of flukes off him. But fridges and freezers so that all disappear, because you could go and buy fish and store it. And carpets, I mean, you used to peg carpets, I don't know if you know what I mean. You used to make carpets out of sacks and torn up skirts and whatnot. Pegged rugs they called them. And in winter, you had a sacking. They looked perfectly good. People used to do all fancy designs with some very elaborate ones. You had open sacking and like a pointed peg, and you used to make a hole and you tie your cloth into rags about so long, half an inch wide, no particular measurement, but bits about that long, we'll say, half an inch wide, thousands of strips, any colours you want, out it was rags, and you used to poke all through the sack, push one end of it through and push it back up again next to it, so it stood up like a tuft. And you did that all over the sack. You just made them as big as... And when you had a new one in winter, it's something you did in winter. A lot of you kids used to be having a go at what. And whatever the newest one you used to put in the front room, and the one that was in the front room this year become the one that was in the kitchen, because most of them had stone floors in them days, not fancy wooden. And the one that was in the kitchen would go outside in front of the back door so you want your feet on it to come in. And that was pegging a rug. That was a common thing. And then people got there were some beautiful ones of these. They started using old nylons because they were nice and fine. If you can imagine little strips of nylon and different colours, you could make like a rose picture and leaves, and there's some really good ones done. But go on, where are we going from there? What? Well, the fact there was no hoover. Your mother used to have to hang carpets over the clothesline and bash them with a brush to get dust out of them, because you couldn't hoover them. There wasn't no hoovers. You had a wireless, no telly, and you just used to. There was variety programmes on. All the programmes then, there was the news every night at 6 o'clock, and then there was various musical programmes, because it was all music, you couldn't see anything, it was wireless, like, well, you listen to wireless anyway. But there was regular, like, plays that you listened to every Saturday night would be a serial, you'd listen to one part of it. So, what can I say about that? Say no telly, and you didn't used to. You all used to sit down to a table to have a meal. It was only when you got tellies that people started eating off the knees, because you didn't want to miss seeing a programme. But up until telly come, your mother put knives and forks around the table like you do for a Christmas dinner. Yeah. And that was every tea time. You had a regular setup. You won't know about. You always just ate off your knee, haven't you? Really, like. But we always would have to. If you have to sit at table, and us as kids, if you were missing, playing out, and you come in late, you were too late. What was your tea would become your supper, and if you didn't get it, then you missed it altogether. Go on, what?
I've got down trips or holidays.
Holidays?
Oh, like camping and stuff like
there
that.
was nobody had it sounds daft this, but I mean, we enjoyed life, but in Ulverston there was what we called the Barty Flyer. That was an old rattly old bus, because there wasn't transport. There was no need for transport. You weren't going anywhere really, because you had no money you couldn't go off for days off. That was a day off. It was like if you were in a scouts or a church group, and once a year you'd have a day out to go a sherry ride. And you'd only maybe go to bars and have a picnic or something. That was a big day out, that. But, what did we do for entertainment?
Yeah.
Well, there was only pictures. And there was 2 picture houses in Ulverston, there was 2 in Dalton. And, well, kids used to go Saturday afternoon, Threateney End. And it was always a serial that you saw. It used to go on for about 10 weeks and then there'd be another one, you know, and so if you'd missed a bit, you'd missed a bit. But we used to all get comics, Tuckney comics. There's a whole variety of them, but they've died out now. I mean, now to you, does it? But Dandy, you'll have heard of them. Dandy Beano,
Yeah.
Film Fun, Radio Fun, Chips, Funny Wonder, Rainbow. There was loads of different ones, and there were tuppence and threepence. And then I might get Funny Wonder, and somebody else needs to get Beano, and somebody else would get Dandy. So when you'd read yours, you used to go knocking on one another's doors, see if there's any comics to swap, because you swap your one for their one. And so we all had a round, you know, we all knew who read what, and we used to go the rounds, can I go and swap some comics, man, because there's nothing to do. And so that was how you spent a night at them, going looking for comics. Street games, they've gone for you, you've never heard of what we used to play in street games. Well, first of all, there was no cars. Until about 1955, nobody had a car. Only doctors in town maybe had a car, but there was, you could go and play, you could have played on that street with a whip and top all day, and no car would have. So streets were our playground, but we had, don't forget, like, no money, so that there wasn't under the war, so there wasn't very many toys you could buy, but you made do. A bully, do you know what a bully is? A hoop.
Oh, right.
Right, you'd have a plastic hoop at school.
Yeah.
And you'd, what did you hide?
Yeah,
well, we hadn't thought of that, but we used to have a stick and chase them down the street with a stick.
Yeah.
But it wasn't, it was a bicycle wheel with sports cut out. They used to make your toys out of things. If it snowed, you'd make a sledge. You'd go looking for 2 lumps of wood to make a sledge with them. Find some nails, knock some nails out of lump of wood, make a sledge. Marbles. You've never played marbles? No?
And I've played with marbles. I don't
Aye, but not, well, we used to, lads. Girls had their games, usually they played with tennis balls, you know, 1 to 2 to 3, that sort of thing. You'll have done that, I think. But, and skipping, the girls had their things, and boys had their games, and ours would be, well, there was the seasons for start, conkers, and what else can I say? We had marbles, cig cards. I think I've mentioned them in there. Like now every packet of cigarettes you bought had a card in. You know what cig cards are? You'll see them, have you?
No.
No. So they used to be in now they're glued to wood and stuck up in pubs and whatnot. They used to do series of 50, and all the different brands of cigarette makers did it. They put these. If it was a 10 packet of Woodbines, there'd be a cigarette card in it, and it might be cricketers. So there'd be 50, a series of 50, and there'd be all famous cricketers.
Oh, right.
And then there's footballers, or footballers' colours. There's everything, flowers, you name it, any subject you like. There'd be a series of ships, tanks, uniforms, badges, anything that you could think of that could be a series. They would print them as a set of 50, And people used to stick them in albums. There were cigarette card albums, but we used them for games. And well, for instance, what Flits On, that was the game, Flits On. You just got any cigarette cards, because I mean we used to barter with them, like I'll give you a beano for 10 of your cricket ones, because you were saving cricket ones. And well, there was a cigarette. We had there used to be seasons in the year. Nobody knew when they started, nobody knew when they finished, but they always just happened. This week you'd be playing with marbles, and you'd have a pocket full of glass marbles, and there were 3 or 4 different games you could play. One game you could play going to and from school, or if you were going somewhere, that was called gutters. What you did, you had your marbles, I had mine. I'd roll one down gutter, bear in mind there's no traffic, so there's nothing to spoil it. You'd roll it just down gutter so that it stayed. Then if you'd roll first, I'd roll mine, and if I hit yours, I'd won it. So you put another down and you had another go. And you do that all the way to school and all the way home again. And I'd win some off you, you'd win some off me. Another way of playing marbles, you had what you called joeys, they were big ones. And you'd put one of them in gutter at that side of the street, and you'd all stand at this side. 6 or 7 players, you could have as many players as you wanted. And you'd all roll one of your ordinary little ones to the big one. And whoever got nearest the big one got first go at Flits On. Flits On was using your finger, and you got behind the marble and you tried to make the marble that you were doing hit the big marble.
Yeah.
If it hit the big marble, you'd won the little one. You pick that one up and you could have another go, and you might get them all. But when you missed the next nearest one, it became his go to have a go. So you understand how that game went. That was followed on with, and another bit to that which you wouldn't really want to know about. Once every 2 or 3 months, they used to come round cleaning the grates out. And to clean the grates out, they used to lift the lid up, the councilman, and have a cork, like a scoop, and shovel up mud out at bottom of the grate, put it in a pile on pavement, it's only a little pile, and put the lid back. And then in the afternoon, a horse and cart would come along, and they'd shovel all the muck in the horse and cart, so now the grates were clean. But we knew which grates we'd lost marbles down. So when that fellow was doing that scooping, we used to be ratching through it looking for pennies, halfpennies and marbles, because that's where a lot of them finished up down the drain. So going to school, you used to get to school and muck up because you've been ratching through all marbles for pennies. Marbles, bullies. What else? Oh well, and then at tea time, after tea, we used to play on the street under lamp. That's why that's so. I mean that's in winter, so we played under lamp in winter because it was lit up. But in summer when it was daylight, you used to have you heard of Queenie O'Coco? Farmer. Well, we used to have lots of street games and. Well, what's an easy instance? Oh, statue. Have you heard of statue? Where you're all one stands not looking,
and then you go
and then you shout whoa, and you all stop and then they have to judge which ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like Queenie O'Coco, one would stand with the tennis ball with the back to the crowd and throw it over their head backwards, and they'd all make a dive for it, and then whoever got it, you all put your hand behind your back, and the one that was at the front had to try and guess which one of you had caught it, and if you were correct, they become the one at the front. Farmer, where we cross your field, that one was like Tig. You all had to make a dive to see if you could, or whether they tug. Hide and seek. Oh, it can go on and on and on. But that was the boys' side mostly. The girls' side was mostly skipping games and street games, 1s, 2s, 3s, aye. What else? Oh, and going upside down against wall. Handstands against wall. I'm trying to tell it street games.
Fan was in his den.
Well, you can see it because she's going to edit it up.
Oh, Fan was in his den.
I've said that one, yeah. Aye. Just plain tin can lurky. We used to find a tin, stand on it till it was flat, and you had a den. That used to be a den under a lamp for us, but somewhere in your street, lamppost might have been the den. And one of you threw the tin as far as they could. You'd already decided who was going to be it before you... Well, how did you get to it? 1 potato, 2 potato. Have you ever done that? Aye, and so you find out, and then the last one in is going to be it. Well, the biggest amongst you usually chuck the tin, now it's flattened, as far as he could, and while the one that was it went to get the tin, the rest of you scarpered, hid, and that one come back with the tin to the den, and then they had to try and find the ones that were in. But if you could get back to the tin and bang it on the floor without them getting there first, you were in, you were all right. But the one that got caught, they were it next time, sort of thing. What else? There's a lot of street games I'm on about just now. I've said SID card, I've said marbles.
Yeah, but you see, we lived in the country.
No, you lived in country, so you weren't just... No, I'm on about, because of where I lived among a gang of kids. And then we had seasons, and nobody knew when a season started or why. But like this week, it might be skipping. It'll last for a couple of weeks, everybody's out. And then all of a sudden it'd be roller skates. Somebody'd come with roller skates, and then you'd all be on roller skates. Then it would be marbles. And it just went through the year, different things, without anybody deciding when. These seasons just cropped up on you. And then when SID cards, as I was saying, to play a game with them, you used to want pavement. You'd like, you got them in your finger. I don't know if you're going about it, but you had them like that in your finger, and you could flitting, we call it. And you threw one, there might be 10 of you at it, however many lads there was who wanted to play could play. You did it, and then somebody else did it, and somebody else did it. And if one landed on top of another, whoever's landed on top picked all what was on the floor, and then he started again. So somebody by end at night, they got all locked, and others had none. And marbles was the same. Used to play till somebody'd won them all. Well, I don't know, you need to elaborate on any more of them games. Holy, you made hole in floor, or you had hole in floor, and you used to roll your marble to get into the hole, or near the hole. And whoever, out of say 5 of you, if one was lucky enough to get it in the hole, then he had the chance to knock the next one and the next one. But when he missed, he picked up what he'd got in the hole, and the bloke who'd been second stepped in, and he had to go. And so, wait, well that was that game. I can't elaborate any more on that. Well, what else did we play? Because the street games under the lamp were all all involved in running across the road one, like you said, killing the old cocoa and all that was. Well, what was sardines? Sardines, you didn't, or you wouldn't do that.
No, but won't it, you go close
well,
to
if
one
you
of
found
the
somebody, you squashed up again
Yeah.
Thank you.
and stayed quiet. And the one that was it had to try and find everybody. Maybe that's enough about street games. That put us on till we were, well, and then in summer like it was things to eat. Hazelnuts, going out looking for hazelnuts, chestnuts, kale, yet out it was going. Because bear in mind there was no sweets, because those sweets were fashion. That made a difference. And seasons, well, girls had skipping. So that way you jump on numbers.
Hopscotch.
Hopscotch, that was one. 2 or 3 different games they had with tennis balls against wall. And lads had their own things, hoops, sig cards, marbles. And as I say, these seasons just used to run and nobody knew when they started, when they finished, they just did somehow. It just happened. But we live in, see if you lived in Barra, you wouldn't do the things as a kid that you did if you lived in Ulverston or Dalton, because in Dalton or Ulverston you were near to woods and becks and trees, so we could do things, like I belonged to Ulverston, well we were always up over road doing something, or down feeder, fishing in feeder. Well, somebody who lived in Barra couldn't do something like that, they'd have their own thing. Because according to where you lived, you made the games. What did you use to? Did you mix much? You wouldn't see nobody hardly because you lived like
Just
alone,
most
didn't you?
Mm.
Aye.
We went in the woods playing. We were
No, just 2 or 3 of you.
ghosts and just 3 of us.
Yeah, that's what I meant. See, I lived down there. Well, there must have been 40 kids. So 20 lads, 20 lasses. So there's always somebody playing somewhere. So it varied very much according to where you lived. Go on, what else? What can you ask me that might sound interesting? I don't know.
Can talk about your model village.
Well, you know as much about that as me.
No, she didn't start with it. Michael started.
Well, they weren't far at all,
No,
Michael.
Michael. So she'd have 3 years, is it?
No, that just grew on us, did that. I mean, why did I do it? Oh, well, I did it because I started doing it because husband and them were doing letters for the Christmas and they were charging £1 or £2 a piece, weren't they?
Yeah.
And we thought that was too much, so
you started because you also like Christmas. You can knock that, can't you? Like Christmas, so you started in a small way.
I did it for
You built
Michael.
a little bungalow out there for me because I always wanted a bungalow. So you decided to go down the
You won't
axe.
live in it.
He went down the axe and he built this
Oh,
bungalow,
well, she's seen that.
which is the
that
first one. And then after that, it just expired.
Well, what happened, somebody come to our house and they said, we want you to come and ride with us. We've seen something you'd be interested in, Rose and Stephen. And they took us out to Cark, Flutebury, and a bloke there was building houses like I've got them houses. And about £200 each. And I said I could make one of them in a week. And Rose said, oh, you can't. So every night when I took the dog down Ags for a walk, because I always used to go down, I used to take a bag with me and just collect a few stones. And so I built that first one, it's got the date on it, the first one. I built that one just to show Rose I could build a house. And then because I built one, I decided to make another, and it sort of just grew. If I saw someone else I thought might make a house, and I did it like it.
First, you had the first house and a letterbox, and the children used
I
to
for
put
kids to put the letters in.
and that's how it grew from there. So
And,
then
and then because kids like to see what kids come, liked it. Well, Michael would see it for Christmas, didn't he?
did.
In fact, I would probably do it for him because we've got a video of Michael and his mate looking through this window, haven't we?
That's Lucy.
Lucy.
There is a picture of Michael looking through it in a newspaper.
And have you got one? Have you got the pictures? Any pictures of
Us sitting in the village.
yeah in the village and when it was Christmas village?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've got some here. I was looking at them.
Well, that just sort of grew, and I'd retired from work and I'd now to do, so I just sort of did it. And I got that Citizen of the Year award for 1 year for it. Because Michael was with us and I got that one, they took him, was she with us as well?
Yeah.
Oh,
It was Tracy that put your name down.
Jack Dent was
Her
one.
mum
Oh, right.
put your name down for it.
So, and that just, when I took it down, I used to think, oh, if, like 1 year there's a big wheel, and I thought if I put it on its side, I'm halfway to a roundabout then. So then I made a roundabout out of what was the big wheel. But I mean, well, there's pictures of them if you want. We've got all there's Christmases on videos there. If you want, if you really wanted, and they're in black and white.
And you first did the first blow balloon one before the machines came out, and you did the first Father Christmas on the roof before they started making them.
We'd Father Christmas in an aeroplane, we'd Father Christmas on a bike, we'd Father Christmas with deer, Father Christmas in a sledge. Each year I used to do something different on the roof. And then there was goat, that was a good one, was goat, won't you remember goat? Well, it was supposed to be a deer. So anyway, she's always not going on there.
My aunt tutor remembers the goat. He came with his daughter. Said, "Is your granddad the one that used to have a goat?" I was like, "Yeah."
You used to take it on a string on a walk.
Oh, she would have hand in, that's the thing.
And Michael would go across there with it on the road.
She would not go across there with it on the road.
Yeah, she did. But she was only little, bless her.
I know, she forget that. Well, I mean, on them videos, she could, well, if you could show them to yourself, because it's written on the back of them, what's on them, I could pick out Christmases and special bits that we did with them.
Yeah.
But they're black and white, like.
That's alright.
No, it was coloured.
No.
Yeah.
No camera. Oh, it did take colour, didn't it?
Yeah.
Right.
Michael's on a train in his blue and white suit. One.
Well, they're all labelled up.
you
It's
wanted
written
to
on the
see
back of
them.
them all what's on each one. So you don't have to play them all
They're
to
not
find
videos, they're DVDs.
DVD. Well, all that back's on
Yeah.
there. Well, there are a lot of things that happened in Dalton are on there. Pulling coke down to build coke, pulling cinema down to build coke. That's on. That. Anyway, go on. What else? What is it? My life still.
I don't know. Is there anything else that you want to say? I can go and film the back garden.
You should tidy it back garden up for you, really. When do you have to do it for?
Well, I'll go back to college on Monday.
So is that when you start putting this together?
Yeah, hopefully.
Because back garden, just now, some of the flowers are dying back. So there's like
So what
unless you think it's worth the videoing, that's up to you. You can